Hello guys, how you doing? It's R here. We're gonna hear Sean Hannity's monologue for the day. And thank you for your comments. Thank you for liking my videos. This Friday I'm going for the opening of the Disney World theme park. And I'm not gonna do a political blog, I'm actually gonna do a fun blog for you to watch. I was invited to the pre-opening. The actual opening's on the 20th. So be ready for this Friday, okay? For now, I'll let you hear Sean Hannity's.
To the revolution. We'll put a boot in your ass. It's the American way. This is the Sean Hannity Show.
What a day this is. It's almost impossible to believe, but it's happening. Glad you're with us. Write down our toll-free telephone number. It's 800-941-SEAN. If you want to be a part of the program, the Let Not Your Heart Be Troubled Twitter Army Brigade. 24/7, 365 is at Sean Hannity. I got to thank all my Twitter friends. I mean, I have a lot of enemies out there. Libs, gloating. Yeah, take that, you know. But I had friends write me the nicest, kindest notes, either privately or, on they have what's called a direct message thing, although I rarely get it. But when I checked it, I was like, wow, all these nice people there that you get to meet, and that's the best part about Twitter. And I am absolutely 1,000% fine. I want everybody to know that. And I'm just worried about my country, to be honest.
Do you guys believe that he's fine?
There's a congressman it was in the Daily Caller today, and since his re-election on Tuesday, it's Congressman John Fleming, Louisiana. He's been advising Americans and his constituents to play it safe financially because he believes the economy, the state of the country may get much worse. How do you like that for honesty? He said he's telling concerned constituents and business owners, don't extend yourself in debt. Make sure you pay things off. Don't get into debt with credit cards. Stay as liquid as possible. Don't take a lot of risk. Don't get into debt. He keeps repeating it. You need to stay less vulnerable economically over the next 2 to 4 years in the hopes that our economy will sort itself out, that Washington will get its act together. He said that he thinks the presidential election was hardly a mandate for Obama's liberal policies or a populist rejection of Republicans' conservative ideals. By the way, there is a mandate here for the House of Representatives. I mean, pretty much we spend, billions of dollars or however much we spent on this election, and we end up the same as we were before, pretty much, except Obama has less support. And like Republicans, you aren't elected to raise taxes. Hold the line. None of you ran on the idea that you were going to give in to Obama's tax plan or Axelrod's, interpretation that this is a mandate. Don't give in to this nonsense. Stand the line, stay your principles, stay the course, help the country, because if you give in, then, Greece is pretty much our future. He talked about a Greece-like day of reckoning, complete with riots, to hit America if the country continues to go down the same path. He said the American people chose to go down the road despite the fact that we have other countries ahead of us, like Greece, that are suffering massively. It looks like we're going to have to go through some of the similar pain as Greece to get real reform. If America doesn't band together to halt America's fiscal woes, what's going to happen is there's going to be a day of reckoning that gets into a serious situation, and we have to make tough choices. And both Republicans and Democrats are going to have to do that. Turn the country around. What I fear is it's going to be too late. And we're going to run into a Greece-like situation where riots, unemployment levels are up at 11% higher. And that's what we've been trying to avoid. And he said that I think we should not compromise. We need to hold what's important because the real danger for the country is our debt and deficit and the impact it's having on the economy. Just because the president was reelected and many of the things that he believes in and he wants to do, the private sector, the economy, doesn't agree with. We just had a number of companies announce layoffs as a result of Obama being reelected. The stock market didn't take the news particularly well. I'm getting calls already from private business owners telling me that they're pulling their fins in, they're going to reduce their debt, and they're just going to go on cash flow. They're not going to grow. They're not going to invest. They're not going to hire. And he's upset with House Speaker John Boehner for promising in an interview with Diane Sawyer that the House GOP will seek a, quote, comprehensive approach to immigration, etc. So there are people, I'm saying that the Republicans on all of these issues are going to have a chance to hold the line here. Look what's happening in California. This was on Breitbart today. Californians adopt Prop 30, which is going to raise taxes on the rich. You realize it's going to be 13.3% state income tax. In New York, I thought it was bad at 9 and 10%. And that means, so, all right, let's say the top marginal rate's 35. Well, let's say what it's going to be is 40. So it's 40. Then you got California, that's 13.3. That's 53.3. Then you've got FICA, Social Security, which you're probably never going to get because it'll be means tested away from you if you're paying this top rate. And then you got your, let's see, property tax if you own a house. Then you got your business tax if you own a business. Then you got your mandates, let's see, Obamacare, et cetera, et cetera. Do you realize people are now heading into the 65% rate out in California? If I lived in California, I'd want to get out of there as soon as I can. Mark Faber is saying in his column on CNBC.com, prepare for a massive market meltdown. You've got post-election media is free now
It's
to
not
report
true,
on the
guys.
recession.
I have some stocks, and
okay.
they actually
We're
have
likely
been
headed for a recession, the
very
media's now
steady
telling us. Why
for the
didn't they
past
tell you that
days.
before
The
the
day after the
election?
election, they
Why
dropped.
didn't
Is
the president
natural,
tell you
but
that Iran fired at
the
a
stocks
drone
haven't
in
dropped
international airspace
significantly.
before
Just
the
the
election?
normal trend.
Why didn't the president get to the truth about Libya, Benghazi, before the election? Did the president know about Petraeus before the election?
Yeah.
You know, liberal
Impeachment.
groups are now
Let's impeach him
mobilizing
now.
for their fiscal
He's a liar.
cliff
Let's
fight
impeach
over
him. I'm
Social
sure that's what they
Security
want
and
to.
Medicare.
That's
By
what
the
they
way,
want to
use
get
the same
to.
tactics as the election, and they're going to scare the living crap out of old people and everybody in between. And none of which is going to be good. It's not time to wallow. It's time to fight. I'm worried about the country. That's my
Country's
bottom line. I'm
fine.
not worried about me. I'm not worried about the people.
Tomorrow I'm
going
going to play some Glenn Beck, so you guys give you a treat. Those of you who don't get to listen to him, I'll put some Glenn Beck. You'll be surprised.
47 million Americans on food stamps, people in poverty. You bet I'm worried about it. I'm very worried about the freedoms that we love, the Constitution that we inherited. I'm worried about a government out of control, executive powers out of control, a president that's literally throwing out 900 new regulations, you know, since Election Day or whatever the number is. It's just an obscene amount, including, we're going to take back drilling out and for shale and get natural gas. We'll take back 2/3 of that out west. I wonder how Colorado's going to respond to that now. It's great you can do all this after. Now we're going to get John Kerry. God help us.
I actually did vote for the $87 billion. Before I voted against
Yes,
it.
keep showing clips, keep showing sound clips, keep doing what you're doing. You're working fine. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
And Susan, I lied about
That goes to all you
Benghazi,
conservatives as
Rice
well.
for Secretary
Keep
of
doing what
State.
you're doing. Keep hating.
Whoever thought you'd
Keep
miss
sending
Hillary?
hate mail. Keep being hateful.
Now,
Keep
look,
doing it.
people,
Look what happened. Look in the mirror
if you
and
think
look what happened.
that top positions of leadership, I'm looking at the news today, and my homepage is the Drudge Report, and my own website, Hannity.com, by the way, but the Drudge Report is my homepage. I'm looking at what's going on today, I'm thinking, this is nuts. I mean, there's insanity now developing everywhere.
Still hasn't hit yet.
First, the story about David Petraeus
Denial.
is forced to resign because it's revealed that he had an affair with this biographer, Paula Broadwell. Then the affair was discovered because Broadwell sent a half a dozen threatening emails, or supposedly threatening emails, to Jill Kelly, a 37-year-old social liaison for an Air Force base in Tampa, who says that she and her husband are social friends with Petraeus and his wife, Holly. And apparently Broadwell considered Kelly a romantic threat to her relationship with Petraeus.
All right, guys, you heard of his monologue. I'm going to let you go now. But this Friday, I'm going to post. I was invited to Disney World. They're opening their new park, their new expansion to Magic Kingdom. It's only a few people were invited. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna make a blog to change the topic for a little bit. I'm gonna show you the new rides, and you'll get to see me. So anyway, I hope you're doing okay, and keep watching the news. Let's watch this conservative meltdown. Let your heart be troubled.
Who then in turn told the FBI director, Robert
Army
Mueller.
Brigade Army of
The
Twitter.
tale doesn't end there.
Bye-bye.
Now it turns out that Petraeus